What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks for supporting. But this video is entitled The Culture of Mom Can Do No Wrong. The thing that happened recently with 50 Cent and his kid, right? It's been in my mind, and I've been thinking about this, and I think I've talked about this before in a different way, where our culture of mothers is detrimental because mom can do no wrong. And when you compare the culture of moms being able to have a long leash as opposed to fathers having a short leash, and I'm not saying you need a as a parent you should get this carte blanche that you could just f up everything all the time. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But what I'm saying is, at some point, it comes back to haunt people. More so the children. Because when I hear people talking about situations like what's going on with 50 Cent and his son, 50 Cent's wrong. 50 Cent is a troll. He learned this trolling from his dad. He's becoming his dad. His mom's not innocent, but she's a mom. It's not a big deal. Because this culture that moms could do no wrong excuses so much bad behavior. And then when people turn around and say, this is part of the link between people saying that you're messed up if you come from a single mother household. It's not that mothers are just like bad parents just across the board. What it is the culture of mothers doing no wrong is passed down to the children, and they feel like they could do no wrong. Because when you think about it, there is no discipline for a mother who's out of line. There's for the most part, if you think about legally, you put a mother and a father in a situation that's dysfunctional. Normally, dysfunctional, detrimental to the child. In that situation, a mother will keep the kid and a father will have supervised visitation. If they did the same exact thing, because of this culture of it, she's a mother. She's going to get it together eventually. Now, she can make numerous mistakes and keep a child. And when people say, go to court and fight to get your kids, I agree with them. But sometimes they leave out how many times you're going to have to catch a mother doing something out of pocket. It's not just smoking gun. There you go. Mother can abuse the kids. The state will take the kids. Like a state could take a child from a mother, don't give a child to a father, put a child in foster care, and then eventually give a child back to the mother. With something as egregious as putting a child in such a dangerous situation that they put them in foster care next. There was a story years back of a woman who wanted to give up her kids, so she went to Utah. So she was able to go to Utah and give up the kid without the father's knowledge. And then the father almost couldn't get his kid back because in Utah, a mother could go there, drop off a baby. I don't want this baby no more, but I don't want the daddy to have the baby either. So I'm going to Utah to give this kid up for adoption. Now, could you even see a father saying, I don't want this kid no more, so I'm going to Utah to give up this baby so the mother can't get this baby. No. Because we live in a culture where, moms could do no wrong. And what you've seen over the last couple of years is it's so prevalent that it's part of reality TV now. It's part of social media now that, mom can, I made mistakes. How many? I only made 2,076 mistakes with your life. It's not that difficult. But your daddy talk to you mean. That is just, you got to write them off. Because this is the culture. If you've been on YouTube long enough, they've had mothers and fathers who use their cell phone stupidly, discipline their children as in whipping. And you know who is always considered the abusive one? The father, not the mother. Father beat the kid with a belt. Now, particularly if it was a girl. Like if a father whipped the girl with a belt, he's an abuser. Yeah, he's an abuser. He's a borderline lyncher. Mother cold cocking little girls in the face. Don't you ever lie to me, you little. That's mother's supposed to do that. Oh, okay. Mothers could do no wrong. Financially, it's part of our society that mothers mismanage child support for their own benefit. There's no penalty for that. As a matter of fact, there was a backlash when, I want to say it was Connecticut, somewhere in the East Coast, maybe Connecticut, maybe Georgia, but I want to say Connecticut, where it was like, we need these cards that we're giving these women, they need to be documented about what this money is spent on. It can only be spent on children's stuff. No alcohol, no hair, no nails, no adult clothes, none of that. And the backlash was, you can't tell us what to do with our money. And just that mere statement is an old statement about child support. You can't tell me what to do about my money, even though the money is designated and called child support. So the culture is, mom can do no wrong. And we don't realize it because a lot of times when kids grow up, they feel like they can make multiple mistakes. They feel like they can, I'll be fine. And this is part of the issue with children with each generation as this escalates. I can make 1,000,000 mistakes. No, you can't. This is part of the argument of dating and marriage and family and people hitting the wall is people thinking, I'm going to wake up at 35 and all the mistakes that I made from birth to 34 will magically just go away because I'm ready now. No. And the reason you got that mentality is because you watched your mom get away with murder. And what you start to learn is you see people like, okay, it worked while they had custody of the kid because they had a governmental support system, a financial support system, maybe even a family support system. So mom could really do no wrong because everybody was there to pick up the pieces for mom. Now, when the child isn't involved anymore, mom's life goes down the tubes. This is why you see a lot of women who continuously have kids because they can't actually survive as adults without the support of the courts, the government, financial aid, Section 8, child support, Medicaid, WIC, all of that. That's how they live. And men, because if you look at that situation with Matt Barnes, think about that. Now he has custody, but he still has to pay. He was still paying $20,000 a month. Now, this is a culture where mom could do no wrong. You could lose custody and still get $20,000 a month. And a father has to go to court to petition to lessen $20,000 a month of children that's in his custody. You know, and then we talk about things like, you know, predominantly single mother households. Oh, they're doing the best they can, but you never see them at PTA meetings. They're not concerned about their children's education as much as they say they are. Because you see these children as adults who either didn't take their education seriously or had no plan, or are trying to figure out where they're going as adults because mom did no wrong and mom didn't have to teach them and guide them the right way. And, you know, going back to the 50 Cent thing, mom can teach you to hate your father, but she can't teach you to empower yourself finding skills or finding something that you're good at. So, you know, would it be egregious if a father said, look, I'm going to teach you how to hate your mother, but I'm not going to teach you how to have a skill set that makes you money and a productive member of society, you know, because I don't have to, because this is what fathers do. Hate your mama. I hate her, daddy. I hate her. I hate her. I'm a troll on the internet. I'm gonna hook up with all of her exes because I hate her. And now you 18, 25 years old and you don't know how to feed yourself. But see, that's something moms could do because we live in a culture where moms could do no wrong. And at the same time, you know, seeing me Christians, you know, Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter. And I'm saying this because when society can't address mothers for being failures as parents, it dooms the children. Because what you by default saying is a bad mother is better than a good father. And the impact a bad mother can have on destroying a child's life is still better than the impact a good father can have on enhancing a child's life. And that's detrimental to society. And we're seeing how this plays out now. Because somebody's going to say in this comment section, but because he's a man and he's a father could have strapped a nuclear bomb to the infant and you know, I wouldn't trust the father. Well, and the problem is, statistically speaking, children fare better. You know, even though it's a smaller sample size, children fare better with their father than they do their mother. So y'all have a good one. Peace.